Hey friends, Natalie here today, and I am using this week's Becky Flex sketch over at a cherry on top to create a super quick 8.5 by 11 page. I am actually working in a baby album for my second son. I recently pulled these out and realized there were unfinished pages, and I definitely want to get these done. And I'm better about telling stories now than I was when I started scrapping him 5 years ago. So working on that, just adding another project to the pile. So I'm using the Amy Tangerine, what is it called? Sorry. Not Truly Grateful. It's something about being grateful. No, it's Late Afternoon by Amy Tangerine. And there was one big pattern paper bit behind the photo in the sketch. And then there was like a scalloped edge. So obviously I'm going to pull out my scalloped punch that we all love so much. And I just did a layout with her collection and the scallop punch, so it's in a completely different album, so it's okay if we duplicate. And so I just sat on a craft base. I wanted something light, but I didn't want white, and that worked perfectly. And now I've got my Cricut out, and I'm going to do an embossing piece of paper. I don't have the little silicone sheet that goes in there for embossing, and I need it because it did rip my paper a little bit. So you'll see it kind of disintegrate a little bit when I cut out the leaves. I need to get me one of those little silicone pieces that go in for embossing. Dry embossing, I think is how you call it if you were like searching for it. But yeah, so I cut leaves out of the leaf paper, very meta. And now I'm going to use a little bit of leftover purple glitter paper that I had just laying around on my desk. The stickers have some purple glitter in them. So what are we doing now? We're inking up the page. I just love making a sketch my own. I like sketches because they make pages go really fast because it takes kind of the guesswork out of it. But I also like to take elements and think, how can I reimagine this? So for this one, there's like a strip of paper between the photo base and that scalloped edge. And I did think I was going to use just a strip of waste paper that I had sitting on my desk, but then I end up using twine. I saw Tracy Fox do that earlier this week, and my friend Kara loves to use twine in her pages, and so I thought, I should use twine. And plus, it was orange, and it brought the color of those leaves down into the page more, so that was cool. You'll see me fiddle with that here in a minute. And it just kind of hides that seam of the paper. Oh, I add in some orange shimmer splatter. I'll go in off camera and do blue as well because it needed a little something more down there at the bottom. I like how I think blue and orange are complements of one another, so that's why they look so well together. And now I'm going to take that twine and I'm going to cut it 3 times and just do 3 little bits across the bottom there and staple them down. And I have, you see my pumpkin coffee and my pumpkin cup. We're all about some fall over here, y'all. And you'll see me, I am doing 2 staples on each side, but I will also go through with my Nuvo adhesive and just kind of stick it down in places because it is clear. You won't be able to see it. And that way down the road, it will hopefully stand the test of time a little better than just if I have staples alone. And those chubby cheeks, my kid was so big. He was 9 pounds, 11 ounces, I think. That says 12, but it was 11. They wrote it wrong. But he was, those cheeks, oh my gosh, he was so big. Oh, he's about to be 5. It makes me so sad. I love the baby stage. And I already had all of these pictures printed, you know? So I definitely want to tell some more stories with them. So on the sketch, there was a circle up there under the title. So I die cut that circle with like this 2D die, and it has these cut out little dots around the edges. And so I thought that mimicked the punch that I used down below well. And I used that as a base for my title. I used 2 stickers from the Amy Tangerine Late Afternoon collection, and I combined them to say hello beautiful. And then I just layer them up and make sure I like to layer them. It gives them more dimension. Now I'm just going to throw the leaves in there in 3 different spots to use the rule of thirds, create a visual triangle. I'm inking up the orange ones to just make them pop a little more. I mean, you could ink up the glitter paper too, but it's not as necessary. I mean, the glitter kind of pops on its own, right? And I'll do one down in the left corner to create that triangle. And I'm sorry if you hear weird noises. My dog is sleeping and making all kinds of weird noises in her sleep right now. So we're going to tuck those in. It's going to be funny though, because some of the pages in this album are already complete, and I would say my style has definitely changed within the last 5 years. And my other son's album from 8 years ago, it's severely changed. So I am going to do some more pages in there too though, and it's fine. I don't mind the mix of styles. So I'm going to add a couple more stickers down here to balance out that title sticker, and I think we're about done. I'll add some journaling off screen that you'll see in the photos and a little more splatter. But come play along with us this week. You have until the end of Wednesday to use this sketch, and then there'll be another one up as soon as that one's gone. So thanks for watching, y'all. I'll post all the links down below. Bye.